So,
good, Gareth. What are you saying? Oh, it's great to see the juniors there.
So we look at the left-hand one in now. That was your ball position to start with, which to me, if I took the club away, said, okay, what clubs you got there, and you didn't know, you'd probably say probably more like an iron, yeah? Which is maybe why you were trying to do that, to try and hit the ball low, because you'd use the ball quite high, so you try to bring the ball far down. Who knows? Because you did that, your left hand grip got a bit weak, then you try to turn your right hand over to try and get a stronger grip, but your left hand's not kind of working with that, so you've got a bit of conflict there, okay? We want to see a bit more of that logo, as you can see there. So look at the difference in your left hand there. Now, we haven't said to you change your left hand, we just put the club further forward and got your body to tip now. So if I just turn my hands this way, they're moving because my body's moving, yeah? I'm not going and doing this within my forearms or my wrist, I'm just turning my torso and then gripping it. So it creates a stronger grip the correct way, with a bit of spine tilt, with the body behind the ball there nicely. And you said you feel like you're way behind the ball. If we draw a line down from sort of, as best I can, middle of your head, that's how far behind the golf ball you are. A few inches. Yeah. You feel as though you're over here.
It's a massive balance thing,
isn't it? I'm over here. And that's the thing. You're used to sort of starting a little bit more kind of on top of the ball. And then as a result of that, sort of moving off the ball. So you kind of go there and you move off with your lower half there. So to sort of try and get back behind the ball. So you're used to kind of moving this way and then try to go this way. Well, while your body's doing all this sort of side to side movement, it's not really creating much kind of like coiling and rotation to create the power, okay? So we've got to get yourself in that tilted position. So when you set up to the golf ball now, as I say, you've got to learn what that setup is like. So we're looking for almost a straightish line down from that shoulder. From the shoulder to help, isn't it? There you go. Down from the shoulder to that golf ball. Your hands are pretty much on that. Trail arm underneath. And your shoulders nice and tilted. So kind of like a lowercase y if I take away that sort of top line there, okay? So you're getting into this position and let your head go with the shoulders. Yeah, a lot of people, they sort of go this way and they crank their neck to sort of look at the golf ball, and then your neck's obviously going that way. Well, now you're gonna tilt steep in the back.
So could I afford to go even further with the
I wouldn't go no, not much, to be fair. No, where you are there now. I mean, okay, if you did go a bit further, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But because that already feels weird now, going further now would just feel like, oh my God, how am I getting back to the golf ball? So I think where you're there now as sort of a reference point is good. So your head's obviously inside that trail foot, but it's certainly further back than what you think, yeah? You when you were sort of stood there before, you're like, okay, I have the ball there now. We've moved you back here probably more than you thought you needed to be, but when you've got back here, you're like, oh my God, where am I? So it will get a bit of time to get used to that sort of start position. Like I said, at the moment now, the only thing you're thinking about is that set of position and then turning behind the ball in the backswing. Nice, when you come back to the golf ball here now, that club's going to work more from the inside. There's your impact, just before there. So a little bit. Your hands are probably still a little bit behind the golf ball. In time, once that ball keeps going a bit more right to left, it's going to make sense for you to sort of get those hands a smidgen further forward as the body is moving in the right direction.
How do I get them back? Because
the body has to move that way more with the lower half, yeah? So basically your hands start here now. Yeah. If I swing back here now and return back to my left thigh, my hands are forward, What you've been used to doing is going back here and having to hit it this way. And the reason why you've done that is because the golf ball's been curving out to the right. And that's your way of fixing it. With a grip that you have with the left hand being a bit weak, and your right hand following, the only way you could square that club face up was by having your hands behind the ball impact. If you didn't, you'd slice it miles wide. So it's almost like a necessity. So until that ball starts curving to the left, we don't want to worry about those hands yet. What you'll find when the club is square or more square in your hands, if you hit it with a little bit of hands behind the golf ball now with the driver, it will launch a bit higher. You'll still hit it straight, because you'll be releasing it correctly anyway, but you might launch it a little bit higher, 14, 15 degrees, maybe
just
a bit more.
Just because I'm adding loft to the club.
Exactly, So all the golf ball knows is the driver comes in impact, and rather than hitting it that way, you're hitting it that way, So it just goes a bit higher off the club face. So the more loft you put on the golf club, the more higher the launch, the more backspin you produce, which obviously kills a bit of yardage. So potentially, I'd say try 11.5 in here. Try bring it down to the neutral and give it a full month, Give it a good old go and hit some. You probably need to get at least 150 plus 200 shots, I would say, over a time period to get a real good feel, A lot of guys I see, they crank it, they change it every day in this, and they go hit 5 shots. I'm like, give it time. It's like you look at imagine a new football team. He comes, he's not going to say making world beats in the first game. You've got to try and put your sort of your philosophies on things and give
So
time
does
things
that
to embed
stem
in. Yeah?
from the fact I just don't rotate my hips enough?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, because in the past when you were here, if you rotated, you'd have been very, very steep. So you have to almost laterally shift sideways this way. And you kind of worked out a way to kind of hit it, while at the same time maintaining some element of a square club face, yeah? So while the club face sort of stayed square, yeah, it hit the ball straight, but at the cost of other things in terms of distance, obviously, and contact, okay? I was in through the golf ball there, you follow through. I think potentially when we get a bit more comfortable, that won't finish there, it'll be coming around the head a bit more because you're able to release your arms easier. And you can get round there as long as you don't kind of stop with the arms here and just do that. But that's a bit more of a, again, that's more of a habit that will change over time. Focused mainly on the lower
So I
half.
get there, don't
yeah,
I?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But am I just not fast enough?
Nanosecond too late, exactly. Yeah. Okay, that'll take a bit of time. Once you see a golf ball curving right to left, it will make sense for you to want to do this now.
Yeah.
Doing this in the past is just like, well, no, so the ball's going to go further right. It's like standing over a 15-foot putt, right? And the putt's curving left to right, and someone says, oh, just swing from the inside, you'll hit a right to left putt. Well, the ball's going to keep left to right, and you can't change it by just changing your path and all that kind of stuff, yeah? Until that ball now is curving right to left, it's a waste of time. Okay, mate, make sense?
Happy days.
Good stuff, right.